Hi, I'm back from my 4-week vacation now. This is my last day. Tomorrow I start working again. So I thought I should do a video now. And in this video I will talk about Onyx Boox and Bigme. They have two different super refresh technologies. Onyx Boox is called BSR and Bigme is just called Auto Clean. And I will compare these when reading ebooks on these ones, so we will see if the other one is better than the other, but I will use the called normal mode or balanced mode on both, and both of those are using the super refresh technology. So if we have the Bigme device here, Bigme 751C, like this, and now we start Storytel. It's a book streaming service, so you can both listen and read books, ebooks in Storytel. So now we will be sure that we have the super refresh technology on, and as you can see I'm using normal, and that means that we have auto clean on. So we can also do this to 0, so we will be sure that it doesn't do a complete refresh of the system. So now we go out of Storytel again, because now we know it uses the super refresh technology for Bigme. Now we go into the Onyx Boox Palma that has Onyx own BSR technology, Boox Super Refresh it's called. So now we do the same, we go into Storytel. Here we have Storytel, and we go up in the e-ink center to be sure that we have BSR on, and we are using balanced mode. So that means that we are using the super refresh technology. And now we go out of Storytel again. So now we have Storytel started on both devices, and now we will open Storytel again, and the only thing we will do now is go into a book and reading directly, so we will see how much leftovers of the UI and so on. The super refresh technology means that it as fast as possible cleans from ghosting and other artifacts that are left on your display from the UI. So now we go into Storytel again, and now we go into a book. We have started that book on the Bigme using their own auto clean. As you can see, not much ghosting here. I think Bigme's super refresh technology are amazing. Only it's almost magical. So now we go into the same book in Storytel on Onyx Boox Palma. We go down here and we go into the same book, like so. We see when Storytel has synced. Now it has synced. You see a bit of ghosting left at the bottom, as you see here. You don't have as much on the Bigme. As you can see, not as much. You have a tiny bit of ghosting left, but not as much as on the Onyx Boox Palma. So to me this looks like Bigme's auto clean works better. Here you can see much more ghosting. So if we go forward in the book, you see still some ghosting here. It's still very good. You can actually read this excellent. I think the super refresh technology on Onyx Boox devices are great. As you can see, it works great, but you have still some leftovers from the UI, as you can see. If we do the same on the Bigme, you still doesn't have so much ghosting. We go forward and we go forward again. As you can see, not as much ghosting. You don't see much ghosting. So to me, this is enough to show you that Bigme has a better Super Refresh technology than Onyx Boox has. But both are very, very good. And actually, if you have a better Super Refresh technology as you have on the Bigme, that means also that it drains the battery faster. Because the Super Refresh technology is great to have auto cleaning of ghosting and so on, but it drains battery a lot. So if you can, you should always choose to read books with the HD mode on the Onyx Boox devices, or you should use the HD 256 on the Bigme. If you can, yes, everything will be a much slower. You will read much slower and so on, because it will shift pages slower and scrolling slower. Everything will be much slower, but you will have a lot better reading experience, a lot better display for the text. But to me, that is something that you will notice if you need much better cleaning and better text and save some battery, then use HD. But to me, when you're reading in a quite a large app like Storytel in this example, then if you go into a book like this, then actually I don't think you need to have HD mode and have everything slower. I think it's enough to have the faster mode in this time, because then you have a lot faster UI, a lot faster page turning and so on. Everything goes faster if you are using this. And I think that's a lot better than having HD mode and everything gets slower. But to be honest with you, my personal opinion is that the faster auto cleaning mode on the Bigme works better than Onyx Boox BSR technology, because with the Onyx Boox BSR technology you have a lot more ghosting. So you have not as much now, as you can see, because it has done a cleaning of it. And on an Onyx Boox you can use this button for different stuff you want. So I have done it for, if I long press on this, it does a refresh of the screen, so you know now doesn't have any ghosting. So if you are using the Onyx Boox BSR technology and see some ghosting leftovers from the UI, for example, then just long press on this and you have an auto clean of it. Works great for me. So sometimes you can do that to have an excellent experience, a fast UI, fast page turning and so on. And the same with the Bigme. You can do a manual auto refresh of the screen by dragging the finger up in the right corner, like so. So now you have done a auto clean of the display. So that was a short video showing you that Super Refresh technologies can be good, but it can also be better on some devices like this Bigme, for example. I think the Super Refresh technology works better than on the Onyx Boox Palma. But then again, I think it's a compromise, because the Onyx Boox Palma can have better battery life than the Bigme B751C, because I have on this one it's a colored e-reader, so I have always on, the backlight, the front light, I have always on this. But I think also the Super Refresh technology on the Bigme maybe drains the battery a bit more than it does on an Onyx Boox device. So that was a bit about Super Refresh technologies on ebook readers like this ones. We can go out of both here. And I think it's a choice you will make when you buy a device. The Super Refresh technologies can be good for web browsing, browsing Reddit, social networks, and so on, and more graphical UIs and bigger apps like Storytel that I show you now. But if you use Co-Reader, for example, I have Co-Reader here and I have Co-Reader there on the Onyx Boox Palma, then I actually recommend you to use the e-ink mode HD256 on the Bigme, and on the Onyx Boox Palma I recommend you to use the HD mode in Co-Reader, because the HD mode is more than enough for Co-Reader, because Co-Reader is a smaller application. It doesn't use the processor, the CPU as much on your device, so everything is fast enough when reading in Co-Reader. So when using Co-Reader on an e-reader, then you don't need a Super Refresh technology. It's not necessary to use at all when using Co-Reader, because Co-Reader is a much better application. So to me, when using Co-Reader, for example, don't use Super Refresh technology. Just use the normal HD mode for better quality. That's more than enough, actually. So I think that is enough for this video. So please go like this video and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay? Bye.